Hi everyone and welcome to Biology Professor. Today I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to use a really incredible tool called Google Scholar. So this is not the same thing as Google. Again, it's Google Scholar. And so I am going to show you how to use it. First of all, what is Google Scholar? Google Scholar is a database for scientific research articles, basically for scholarly literature. So when you search Google Scholar, I'm going to click right here. You see you can get to it at scholar.google.com or just by Googling Google Scholar. So when you go to Google Scholar, it looks like this. And this is how you can make sure that you are finding peer-reviewed scientific literature that will stand up to scrutiny, basically. So you're not going to be getting results, search results that have to do with, blog articles or sort of popular press or people's opinions. This is for scientific literature. And so I am going to start by looking at ketrideomycosis. So ketrideomycosis is a fungal disease that is infecting numerous amphibian species and causing a lot of population declines among amphibians and even causing some extinctions. And so that's what it is. You see we've got 7,300 results. Certainly I can, make it more specific if I want to. Timporan, this is a type of antimicrobial peptide that protects some amphibians from this disease. So you see I've limited it now to 151 results. So you can use Google Scholar just like a normal search engine, except the results are scientific articles. Let me show you a few other things that you can do with Google Scholar. You can look for publications since a certain year or even put in a custom time range. Let's say that I'm interested in anything since 2015. I can limit it even farther in that way. Maybe I want to go even further back and do 2010 and I get a few more hits that way. You can also sort it by date over relevance. Usually I stick with relevance and just do a custom range for whatever time period I'm looking for. If you're looking for patents, you can find them too. In this case, I'm not looking for patents. What I also think is interesting and useful is that you can limit your search to review articles. Now, what are review articles? Review articles are where the authors have taken all of the available knowledge from many different scientific articles and sort of distilled it down and summarized it into one review. So this is sometimes called a literature review. And so a lot of these right here may be review articles, or, and you can see there's many pages of hits here, or they might be scientific articles where there was an actual experiment, right? So an experiment was conducted and the results of that single experiment are being reported. But if you just want the review articles, basically the summaries, then you can hit that review articles. And this is a great way to learn about a topic that you don't know much about. And then you can go back to any type if you are looking for more about specific experiments that have been published on. You can also create an alert. So to create an alert, all you do is click here. And anytime a new article is published and is added to the Google Scholar database, then if it would show up in this inquiry, in this type of search term, then you can have it emailed to yourself. So you just hit create alert. It's got your email address right there. And you hit create alert, and then you can get email alerts whenever new articles about ketrideomycosis and timporans come out, for example. A few other things I want to point out here. So we've got the title, and of course you can click on this. I'm going to right click and open in a new tab just to show you what that looks like. So I can go to basically the publisher's website. In this case, it says purchase PDF, or I can access it through my institution. So, not all of these will be free. If you need something and you don't want to pay for it, sometimes you can email the author, get the email address right here, and ask them to share the PDF with you, or you can go through an interlibrary loan process. Now, if I go back to here, you can see you've also got the first few authors, the date, that's the first few words of the journal, and then a few things down here. So what's this star? This star is to save something. So if I save it, you can see it says save to your library. Now I can come over here and click on my library and see all of the articles that I have starred from various searches. So that's just a way to save articles in one place that are of interest to you. You can also click on this quotation mark, and this is going to give you different types of citations. So you can just click, usually I use APA, I can click on that, I can do Control C to copy it, or right click to copy if you don't want to use the keyboard shortcuts. And then I can paste that into whatever document I'm working on into my references or works cited section. If you use various reference citation programs, you can get links to those down here and then import the citation into your program that you use. You can also see this cited by 34. This means 34 other scientific papers have cited this one. So you can kind of see, like this one is cited by 153. This is probably an important article in this field. This one doesn't seem to have been cited by anyone yet. Of course, it is just a recent publication, so maybe that's why. This one is a little bit older, only cited by one, so it might be a little bit more niche or a little bit, a little bit more specific or less important to the field. So you can use that as kind of a measure to find the most cited papers in a field. Also, if you know you're interested in this paper, you can click on Cited by 34, and these are all of the other papers that have cited that one. And so if that first one was of interest to you, some of these might also be interesting to you. So that's another way to find papers that are on a topic of interest. You can also click related articles, which again is going to bring up scientific peer-reviewed articles that are related to these same topics. Now you'll also notice over here, sometimes there's a PDF or an HTML link. This is just to allow you to immediately bring up that PDF, providing that it's available. And here we see that, that this one is. So we can get it and read the PDF in this way. So let me now go back. Okay, and I think the only other thing I want to point out is that you can click right up here. And there's a few different things here. You can check on your alerts, you can check on your library, you can alter your profile. Google Scholar is free. But if you are logging in with a Google account, then you can have a profile. You can also look at, there's a few other things, metrics and settings we won't talk about today, but advanced search. Advanced search is where you can look for an exact phrase, or I can remove certain words that I might not be interested in. I can limit my search to just the title of the article. I can also search for, a specific author or for a specific journal, for example, and do those more, let's see, remove all in title, there we'll get a few more, and get a few more results that way. If you're interested in learning about some other databases, there is another database called Pubmed. Pubmed is very specific to medical research, whereas Google Scholar is much more broad, sort of all scientific research. So, your physics and your chemistry and your earth science and your mathematics along with biology and medicine. If you're interested in learning more about Pubmed for medical research, I do have another video on how to use Pubmed. So please check that out. And that is going to be it for today from Biology Professor. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Let me know if you're using Google Scholar. Let me know if it's helpful and if you have any questions. Put that in the comment box, and don't forget to subscribe so you can learn about more cool topics. Thanks for watching. Bye.